Okay, so when we have a compound, let's say it's barium hydroxide, okay? It's BaOH is in 2. How do I find the molar mass of this entire compound? Okay, so I have molar masses of elements, but then I have molar masses of compounds because most of what you're going to work with is going to be in compound form. Okay, so if I'm looking for molar mass of barium hydroxide, here's my formula. For now, all the formulas obviously will be given to you because you don't know them. You go and find Ba on the periodic table, and you're going to see it's 137.33. Then you add 2 oxygens. This 2 that's outside of the parentheses belongs to both the oxygen and the hydrogen. So you're going to go ahead and multiply the oxygen, which is 16. It's 15.998, but we're just going to round to 16. It just makes it easier. And we're going to multiply that by 2. Then we have hydrogen. How many hydrogens do I have? 2. And hydrogen is only 1.008, so 1.01. That's fine. Times 2. Then I add them all up. So now, if I ask you how many grams are in 1 mole of barium hydroxide, you tell me? 171.35 grams. Perfect, right? So, when you have a compound, you have to do that extra step of finding the molar mass of the entire compound before you can solve a problem. Okay? All right. So now let's do some problems. Well, actually, hold on 1 second. I want to... Sorry. Oh, no. Okay. So we're going to do some problems. Sorry. I made a mess of that. Okay. So, how many grams are in... Forget this for a second. Don't look here. Don't look at the answer. How many grams are in 1.66 moles of oxygen? Okay. Now, I will give you the formula when I tell you oxygen gas. You still don't know that oxygen gas is always O2, right? What is my given here? Don't look at the red part. What is my given? 166. 1 point. 100. Why is it 100? 1.667 moles of O2, right? I always have to start with my given. What am I looking for? Grams. How do I go from moles to grams? What do I know about the relationship between mole and gram? Where does that relationship happen?
If you want to go from moles to grams, you have to divide it by the amount of molecules.
Grams. Molecules will only give you molecules. That doesn't give me grams. Where do I find grams?
Periodic table.
Okay, so periodic table, what do I find? Average atomic mass, which tells me what?
How many grams per mole?
Grams per mole. Now, in order to find the grams of oxygen of this many moles, right? So it's 1.667 moles of O2. I need O2's molar mass, right? I know just oxygen by itself, correct? It's 16 because that's what the periodic table says. But what's O2 if oxygen is 16? 32. Now, dimension analysis, I multiply with what? Well, what do I need to get rid of?
Mole.
Okay, so moles are on the bottom. What should be on top?
Grams.
And what goes where?
32 per 1 mole.
Right? 32 grams per mole. So I have to put the mole on the bottom and I have to put the grams on top because this way I'm going to cancel out the moles and you're going to end up with 53.34 grams of oxygen. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm going to give you a few problems that you have to solve on your own. You have a periodic table. All right. So number one, how many grams?
No, that's the oxygen. Oxygen gas is O2.
Okay. How about if the question said, how many grams are in 0.75 moles of H2O? Before you can start the problem, what do you need to do? I need to find the H and I need to find the O, right? The given is what here? Of what?
H2O.
Okay. So that's not a single element, it's a compound. So in order to determine the molar mass of the compound, what do I need to do?
Hydrogen.
I have to find hydrogen. How many hydrogens do I have? 2. Then I gotta find oxygen. How many oxygens do I have?
1.
What do I have to do with those molar masses? Add them up, right? So 1.008 times 2 plus 16, it gives you 18.0016. All right. 1.001? 1.01? Yeah.
It's the thousand.
What do you mean it's a
Why don't you round by
Yeah, it can be 1.01 or you can use 1. Yeah. To make life easier, we're just going to use 1 and 16 right now. And we're just going to do what? We're going to multiply 18 grams per mole, right? Because 18 grams is the molar mass of water.
13.2 plus 16. 30.
Okay? And you just do the math. That's all you do. What was it? 13 point?
5.1. 5.12. 13.5.
Okay? Oh, did you get one with?
I need to figure out.
Oxygen plus 2 hydrogen. Okay, before we move on, we're going to do a little bit of practice of finding molar masses. Okay? All right. So we're going to stop.